Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dori and this channel is all about hiking gear, hiking tips and tricks, and everything you need to know about hiking. Today I'm going to talk about solo hiking, and that is something very close to home because I always go solo hiking, or if I go on a day hike I usually take people with me, but on a long distance hike I'm usually by myself. Alright, I need to give you some tips and I need to tell you some stories. Let's go! First of all, I just want to say that we are in lockdown here in Perth, and that's why you're back in my living room, but we're going to make the most of it, and I really don't mind it. It's only 5 days and we had one corona case, but it's better safe than sorry because here in WA we've been corona free for almost 10 months. Okay, so one case and 5 days lockdown, it's not going to kill us. Another thing I want to say, I bought myself a little microphone. And that's actually to celebrate that I've got over 1,000 subscribers. And I think losing the echo in this room is a big improvement. So hopefully it works. I don't know because it's the first time I'm using it. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So today I'm going to talk about solo hiking. Every time I go on a long distance hike or multi-day hike, I'm usually by myself. Sometimes I take people with me, but I prefer to just get out there, be by myself for a few days and just meet amazing people on the way. I also want to say that when you go hiking solo, usually you're never really alone because there's other hikers on the trek. And it's also easier for people to come and talk to you when you're on your own. But there is a few tips that I want to share with you today. And the first thing is really simple. Know which trail markers to follow. Always follow the trail markers. And if you get lost, stop, take a break and assess the situation, but don't keep going. And if you don't see any trail markers anymore, please just stop, look at the map and assess where you are. So that might sound like a simple tip, but it happened to me many times. You're going for like a kilometer and you haven't seen the trail marker. Well, what do? So oftentimes I just had to go back to where I saw the last trail marker, but sometimes also, like when you have a GPS on your phone, it can show you where you are on the trek. And especially if you download a GPX file and have one of the tracking apps on your phone. I will talk about that in a different video, of course. But if you haven't already, guys, please check out my video about what to know before you go hiking. It's a little bit of an older video, but it says everything you need to know before you go hiking. There can be different trail markers on the same trail. You need to know which one to follow before you go, okay? And just pay attention because some of them might be confusing. Anyway, I'm not here to scare you. I'm just here to give you inspiration, and I just want to prepare yourself for a solo hike because it is amazing, honestly. The second thing you need to do is always have some kind of emergency kit with you. So that includes first aid kits, anything that can help you in an emergency, and obviously the 10 essentials. If you haven't already watched my video about the 10 essentials, it'll be here somewhere. I don't know if it's left or right, but yeah, anyway. Then the third thing you need to bring is kind of like a self-defense mechanism, and this is more for the ladies out there. Solo hiking as a woman can be very daunting and it can be so scary, and trust me, especially when it's in a different country, it's scary, okay? Like numerous times I've thought to myself, what am I doing? I just don't think about it and I just go, but at the same time I do prepare myself because I have been in situations where I was very scared and I could have been robbed or worse. So therefore I do always bring some kind of self-defense mechanism with me. So what you can bring is, well, first of all, you can bring a knife. And you should have a knife because that should be in your emergency kit. So just a simple pocket knife, but it can act as a self-defense mechanism if need be. The second thing, like I always bring some kind of small hairspray bottle because that acts the same as pepper spray. It just it sprays a little bit wider, and also it's not really illegal. Then if you don't have one, a whistle is also a very good idea to bring. Most backpacks have a whistle incorporated nowadays, but if you don't have one, just get one of those small whistles, and if something happens, just, blow as hard as you can, and people will know that you're in trouble. And then the last thing as a self-defense mechanism, but it also includes in your emergency kit, is kind of like a two-way communication device. Last year, I got given a two-way communication device, and it was the Garmin InReach Mini. I'm very thankful for that because it makes me feel so much more comfortable when I'm solo hiking. Not only can I send messages, I can receive messages. It accesses GPS so I can know exactly where I am. And it also has an SOS button. So just to keep peace of mind, that is such a good tool to have. I will do a review on that one in a different video. For now, just check out the Garmin InReach Mini. I will put a link in the description below because it's definitely worth the money. Something else that's really important, please don't go missing. Yes, you heard me right. If you want to prevent going missing, you need to tell someone where you're going and try and find a communication system where you check in every 24 hours or every 2 days, something like that. So, and then make arrangements on when they need to sound the alarm. It's really funny because that can be a good thing, but it can also be messing with your hike. Because one time in New Zealand, there was this couple and they wanted to stay another night, but they told their friends that if I'm not back by tomorrow, please, call search and rescue because something happened. And there was no reception at all. But there was a few of us with a GPS and a communication device. So they just sent a message from my GPS and, it's a win-win situation. Their friend knew that they were safe and they could stay another night. So they didn't have to worry about their friends calling search and rescue out for them. All right, so it's just simple things, but that's something you need to keep in mind. If you notify people that you're going on a hike and tell them your itinerary, always also make a system where you check in with them. The last thing I just want to say, when you're going on a solo hike, well, first of all, you're alone, but second of all, you will meet many people. But however, you cannot rely on these people, okay? So what you need to do is always research common situations that you can encounter on your hike, such as in Australia, there's a lot of snakes and there's a good chance that you will see one. Well, especially when it's hot like now, like right now, it's the middle of summer. I can't turn on my aircon because otherwise it's too noisy for filming. Anyway, there's always something going on. All right, in the unlikely event that you get bitten by a snake, you need to know how to treat your snake bite because obviously there's no one there to help you. Like, this is just a precaution. I'm not trying to scare you because there's not many snake bites a year. You just have to know how to deal with it. Try and research their behavior. Try and look for signs to look out for when they are aggressive. Don't corner a snake, for example. Other situations that might occur are, for example, when you go camping, you might need to make a fire. Well, there might be a really hot guy out there that can help you, but what if there's not? There might be some other people out at camp that can help you, but what if they're not? Okay, so then you need to make your own fire. And trust me, I mentioned this before in another video. It happened to me on my first overnight hike, and I was petrified. I didn't think I was going to survive without a fire. It was really cold, and of course that's a lot of drama when you think about it now. But when you go solo hiking for the first time and you come into that same situation, I guarantee you it's always better to be prepared. And then the last thing, of course, know the track, okay? You might be on a signposted track, but you always need to know how to read the map. You need to know what the track will look like, where you can camp and where you can't camp, for example. And it's always good to study the map to see how far away you are from a town, just in case something happens. Those are a lot of tips and things to take into account when you go solo hiking. But the most important thing is have fun, make good friends, and just enjoy the silence. With that, I'm gonna leave you guys, and I thank you so much for watching. Also, one thing I want to mention is thank you for the 1,000 subscribers. It means so much to me. This is the best present of the year, honestly. All right. Now, in the next few weeks, I'm going to do a few more tips, I think, and then we're going to go over to the Biberman track videos. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!